If you are new to our page, welcome. I'm Julie Samako, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we make beautiful wreaths and teach you how to make and sell them. Love, love, love snowman theme. So we're going to be doing that today. Beautiful blue in that sign, but let me show you this wreath, y'all. How cute is this with our little snowman, not snowman, Santa, with our little Santa, and it jingles. This is a really cute wreath that we made in our Wreath Making of the Month Club. So let me move him out of the way. Alrighty. There we go. And now that we have our wreath, I'm going to be using a grapevine wreath today. And this is a 14-inch grapevine. Do you use 14-inch grapevines? Or do you like to go to the 18-inch? Good evening. Hey, Gloria. All right. So this is a 14-inch grapevine, so it's kind of small, and you would think that it wouldn't be big enough, but let's see if what we can do and work with it. So the first thing I want to do is figure out where I'm going to add my sign so it's relatively flat. I thought I would add it over here. Let's see if this is going to be good. So what I'm doing is I'm lining things up to envision the design in my mind's eye. Like in my head, I want to envision what this is going to look like before I get started. I've got these beadsmith tools. Let me angle this down and show you a little bit more what we've got. This is a beadsmith tool. It's 1.5 millimeter and it's perfect for punching holes in metal. All right, so I think I'm going to put a hole right here. I'm going to grab my florist wire and then just weave this right through that that grapevine. I always wire my signs on so that it's just, you know, a lot more secure when we ship, or, you know, even if you're not shipping, you might have an overzealous teenager or maybe a toddler, or maybe your husband, in my case, slams the door for no apparent reason. And you want it to be able to stay on, right? You want it to be able to stay on. Evangeline, how do I join the Wreath of the Month Club group? So you want to go to learntowreath.com. Let me see if I can put that in here. The sign is 8 inches, Stacy. All right, join that waiting list because we are sending out emails this weekend for anybody who was on our waiting list because we had a few openings. So you might want to jump on that right there, okay? learntowreath.com for more information. All right, so we've got our bottom done. Right now, let me get my positioning just right. I don't want the sign over here. I don't want it to feel disconnected from the rest of the design. I want it to be nestled in. So I think I'm going to put it right here. Got our punch. And then add our wire. TGIF to you too, Jamie. How many of you usually watch me on Facebook and you're over here now because Facebook is not being nice to me for some reason? I mean, they didn't do anything, but I don't know why my technology wasn't working over there for Facebook, so we're here. Washington State in the house. Welcome. So here we've got our sign. How pretty is that? Isn't that cute? Let's make a bow We all like our bows, don't we? Look at this really pretty ribbon. Got this one from Greenery Market. It's got a blue velvet and a snowy theme to it. I thought it matched really fun with our wreath. Our sign. I don't know why I can't talk. I think technology got me all flustered. Martha says, I'm really happy I got to finally join the Wreath of the Month Club last time it was opened. Lots of fun. Yay! I'm so happy to hear that. So happy to hear that. All right, so I'm just going to get some of my ribbons started and ready. We've got, I've loved this one. You know, it's got that black and white buffalo plaid that we have. Another one from Greenery Market that we used in our Santa wreath last night. And then this one came from actually a website on, this one came from, oh, interesting that it's not wired. Or is it? Barely. I wouldn't even call this wired. We'll have to do something fun with this. Got that one from an Etsy shop. It was called Country Bumpkin SC, which I thought, being from South Carolina, sounded kind of fun. Country Bumpkin. All right, we're going to pinch. We've got a tail right there. And let's do 2 loops. One, so this measures 6 inches if you're using a bow maker, or 12 inches on the mat. And then 2. Twist. All right, so always twist. Isn't that pretty? All right, so now what we're going to do is let's move on over to our 2.5 inch buffalo plaid. In the Wreath of the Month Club supply list prior to making the wreath. We do not give the supply list prior to making the wreath. We typically give it the same exact time we release the video in the Wreath of the Month Club. So we release the video and it has the supply list and everything with it. On our feature tutorials, on our bonus, you know, we give like 8 tutorials almost a week, a month, 6 to 8 a month. And we lean towards the monthly, the 8 side, per month. And so that's a lot. So we typically just give it on a few of our tutorials, not every one of them. But here is this. Hopefully my video is working and it looks a little sluggish on this side. We've got 2 rabbit ears of each of our 2.5 inch. And now I'm going to switch over to my 1.5 inch and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do some rabbit ears. So we've got 12 inches, twist, 12 inches, twist, and trim. All right, I'm just positioning these over. So if you have a bow maker, you know, it kind of positions it as you make it. But if you're hand tie-in, you have to sort of sort it and shift things as you're making. All right, so we've got that, which is pretty. I'm wondering, do I want to add another red? Let's add a little bit of red behind it. All right, so now we've got just a little more red. You know, it is a holiday wreath. Okay, and let's check out this. Never used this before. How many months do you commit to? Oh, great question, Lisa. You can cancel anytime, okay? You just cancel anytime. So it's completely up to you. It is a monthly recurring fee, but you can cancel at any time. Look at this. Let's see, does this stretch? No, it doesn't. Okay, so let's just do, this is not going to hold shape very well because it's not wired. This would be really pretty on Christmas gifts. Let's do smaller. I think I'm going to do 8 or 4 inches. Let me just see if that's too small. Let's make it a little larger. Let's go to 5 inches or 10 inches on our mat. Pinch and then twist. another 10-inch loop, pinch. I just signed up, says Amy. Oh, awesome. She must have already been on the waiting list and received the email today. Awesome, Amy. Okay, so we're making some big changes in there coming up. I cannot wait. All right, so we've got our loops. I almost wish I had put another loop over here for the red, honestly. You know what I'm going to do? Let's just add one. There is no right or wrong way to make a bow. See, when you hand tie it, you can improvise there. Don't y'all think that looks better? A little bit more red in here. That looks good. And now we'll go back to this. Remember, this was the 5 inches. I'm not going to put 3 here. I'm just going to put the 2 loops because it's a little on the floppy side. Okay, let's get this over here. We're going to put our loops to the front and our streamers are to the back. And I can add streamers of ribbons later after we make the wreath. All right, I don't have to always worry and stress about it when I'm making our bow by hand at first, because you can always add things last and later. I like the blue too, Kathy. All right, we're gonna turn this over like we're checking our watch. You just lift up your pointer finger and slide the wire underneath and secure. Before you secure, just make sure everything is positioned the way you like it. I like to make sure that everything is dispersed. Thanks, Diana, about the shirt. A friend of mine painted that. This is like her hand. She actually paints this stuff on canvas, and then she made a shirt out of it. I also got that same print in a pillow. All right. Just going to move some of my streamers around a little bit. Okay, where are we going with you? Let's go right here. And secure this on. It matches our sign really well. Okay. So we've got that. Move this down. Moving this around, moving things around, y'all. Just moving things around. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and trim some of these streamers a little shorter. How many would just quit right here? Did you know that wreath making is layering? And at any layer you really could just stop. Martha, I'm trying to think. Check out thesocialeasel.com. Thesocialeasel.com. I don't think she's on Etsy though for the shirt. Socialeasel.com. All right, so let's see. Might be The Social Easel. Okay, we've got our bow added. You can see I always keep playing around with the streamers until I like the shape. And now what I want to do is take it and put it up on our easel. All right, I'm just going to move this up real quick. Let's see here. Fun, fun, fun. Let me get my greenery. And do I want to go ahead and add the hanger right now, or do I want to wait? Sometimes our pieces get really heavy on one side. I think I'm going to wait. Let me just drop this down so you can see a little better. There. Isn't that fun? Okay, so we're going to add some greenery in, sort of to define our line. I think I got this from Greenery Market, these pieces. Let's see, do I want to keep it all in one piece? I think I'm going to divide. Okay. Trim off our tag stuff. No! It dropped on the other side of the table. I'll have to anchor it. Okay. This, I don't know, this is called, it doesn't say what it's called, but it's just very green. And it reminds me of a Christmas tree. Hey, Karen. Rebecca's here. Hello. All right, so you see how you just cut these off. And we've got 4 pieces now. I'm going to start adding. We're going to go underneath our bow. Let's put one down here. Well, I completely missed the wreath on that one. There's that. Just placing it here for now, just to see how much do I want down here. Could you add some greenery that has been blocked? Absolutely. All right, so we're going to add this one down here. Let's give a little bendy bend. The benefits of learning the art of wreath making is you can make this anything you want it to be. Anything you want it to be. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to put a steel pick on that one because it didn't quite go in deep enough. You need to make sure that your items go in pretty far or else it's going to wobble too much and give away, like break away. Okay, let's get our white ruffles up. Okay, I'm always going to be fluffing the bow. Bend that down just a tad. All right, we got our greenery on. But remember, I told you it's all about layering. So let's layer on some more. More greenery. More greenery for texture and contrast. So I'll be pulling out my Christmas this weekend. Is anybody else ready for that stage yet? Anybody else thinking about Christmas decorating? All right, let me just keep, I'm just getting the stems prepared and then we're gonna add these. And do y'all like the, comment below, tell me if you like the live videos. Do you like the live videos or do you prefer the uploaded, pre-recorded? So I'm just gonna let you know that the live videos are easier for me to do versus the pre-recorded, because pre-recorded means I have to have some sort of game plan and I'm usually winging it. So typically I'll have to record and then we'll have to edit the video and put all the things together, and it's a little more tedious than just doing the live. So we've been really moving to the live because we can get more done for you guys, because I know you guys like ideas. Now, who would have thought to put, you know, blue on a Christmas wreath? You see what we are doing? Let's see, I got a couple, we got one more piece of this. I'm gonna have to redo this one, I think. Ugh. All right, let's rethink this. It's not going in as easy as it should. I think I may need a little more glue. This is when it would be good to have my glue gun heated up, but I don't. So we'll just have to take it out and put it back in. Oh my gosh. There. Let's see if that's gonna stay. Okay, I think that's good. And we've got one little piece. Okay, there's that. Let me go ahead and get, I had to go through the back on the, some of these, they are sticking out. This wreath was a little on the thin side. So let me angle these down so I don't reach back here and slice my hand open on a live TV. That wouldn't be that good. So you guys know when I do these videos, they're not practiced, they're not done before. I'm winging it as I go. Okay. That's looking cute. Now I'm going to do this, more flocking. Who likes flocking? Right, Becky, if I had to record it, you guys never would have seen my mistakes. I would just erase them. You wouldn't see me struggle. This is, they call this a bubble. Snowy bubble cedar. I always thought that was an interesting name. Look. They do look like little bubbles on them, but not white bubbles. I mean, they're white bubbles, not clear bubbles. Kathy, great question. So her daughter wants her to make her a large bow for her 12-foot tree, and all I have is 2.5-inch ribbon. So what you have a couple options. If you, to me, that's a large bow. Okay. So if I think for myself, knowing how to make bows and stuff with that 12-inch, that 2.5-inch ribbon, I would make 2 bows to put them kind of close together. So you don't have to all be one bow. It can just give the illusion that it's one bow. Are the videos that are put on YouTube edited so that we don't hear Julie's comments as she works? No, they're not. This is a live video, Miss Ann. Sometimes I put some videos up, but usually it's me live. Like I said, it's just quicker for me to give you guys some content and ideas. Plus, I like to talk to ya. Let's see, did that go in? So we got that one up there. Ooh, I like it. All right, so another one I'm going to divide. Is dividing hard for you guys? Like knowing when to divide a stem, or you pretty much know that? Trying to see what else I can do for you guys to help you learn. Okay, so we've got this one. Let's work on this side. Flocking just makes me sneeze, cough, all the things. I'm definitely allergic to it. Makes me want to blow my nose. We got this one here. Let's do this one over here. Firm up that line. Maybe down here, and try not to sneeze. So we want to, right, Cynthia, we're keeping them pretty long. This is roughly 10 inches long. That's going to give it that dimension that my customers pay a lot of money for. All right, let's do one down on the bottom. The dimension adds, I mean, we started with a 14-inch grapevine, so you can see how much more it adds to the width. So therefore, it will be a pricier item because it's bigger. It adds a lot of texture. Right, this is the only one of these I have, so let's make it count. Let's go up that way. Okay. I think we got enough snowy stuff. And I do have these little pieces. Don't throw those away. We're going to use those, okay? They're going to be at the end in our finishing touches. Right now we're moving on to our next layer. I think some of you may revolt and say, why are you putting a patriotic pick in a Christmas wreath? But look, and look, doesn't it just really go well? Kathy says, okay, can I do on Pro Bow by hand? So I'm not familiar with that one. I mean, I know what it is. I just don't use that one. If you are in the club or the group, I teach on hand and the easy bow maker. To me, those are the easiest ones. I just try to choose the easiest. Okay. Who's thinking I shouldn't put these on? You think I've lost it, haven't you? Let me redo this one. I don't want to go straight through the grapevine. I need to go at an angle. There. You can always know you get it when you hear that shh, like that whoosh sound inside the grapevine. Okay, let's do one over on this side. I'm just trying to weave it in and out a little bit. Y'all, what you thinking? I like it. See, do I want another? If you are new to, maybe you're new to the channel and you're like, who is this woman crafting? We make wreaths. I teach you how to make the wreaths, floral arrangements. The art of wreath making is such a passion of mine, and so I feel compelled. I'm a God girl. I feel compelled to come on here and share my God-given talents with you. I would love for you to give me a subscribe and a thumbs up to this video if you appreciate what I do here for you guys. And then, you know, I'm open to suggestions, so let me know what you would like. Let's see. Nope, that's not going in very well. Let's try it again. I try to come live on Friday afternoons if I'm in town. There. Now let's move it around. Julie, I'm starting my business, but I'm a little lost on how much or what should I buy to start making. Okay, so that's a great question. For me, look, y'all, there's a broken one right here. I'm just going to yank it off. All these will shift down and around. For me, I never wanted to overspend. I couldn't afford it to overspend. So I wanted to be very diligent when I first started. I suggest everyone starting out, especially if you're doing a business, is not to overbuy. What happens when you overbuy? You get almost paralyzed because there's so much options, so many things to choose from that you can't quite make a decision. So for me, I say purchase per wreath. So go buy enough to make 1 wreath or 2 wreaths or 3 wreaths or whatever that is for you. But I definitely wouldn't do, you know, you don't want to go buy a whole box of one item, especially if you're starting out and you're not very, you know, versed in your craft yet. All right, y'all. I'm digging this. Let's do one more on the bottom because I have one more. I hate having one extra, don't you? Thank you. Is it Yami? What's everybody's plans? Are you going to dish out the candy? It's not even staying in there. Oh, this wreath is very thin. Where are we going to go with this? I definitely want to go there. So let me redo this. I may have to bulk it up with a thicker pick. I think that's going to work. All right, that's cute. All right, guess what? Let's do another pick. Let's do some of these. Hey, Marsha, I'm glad you're feeling better. All right, let's see. Do we want to just put these in like this? These are the buffalo check ornaments. Okay, my glue is too high. And I know this because it's not the consistency of honey, it's the consistency of syrup. We don't want syrup. We want honey. All right, we got that in here. Ooh, I love it. It goes really well with our sign, y'all. Dishing out the candy, says Stacy. All right, let's go up here with some. Got 2 more. Let's go over on this side. Technical difficulties with our steel pick machine. There, we got it. Okay, and I've got one more little short one. Let's just put it over here. Okay, so we've got that there. All right, now, remember these little pieces that we have left over that I told you not to throw away, that we were going to use? All right, this is an option. So remember, all of this was layered. You could have stopped at any time, and this is another option. You don't have to do this, but this is what I like to do. I like to add these up towards my bow. This sort of helps the bow blend in with the design instead of just stick on top of the design. Got a couple more. All right, so we did that, got all of it in our bow. All right, and now the other thing I'm gonna do for finishing touches is add ribbon streamers. Remember I said don't worry about adding all of the ribbon streamers. You can add it later. First, let's make sure our wreath is centered the way we want it. Let's get this so we can see what we're doing and not burn ourselves. So we got one there. I love this blue, so I'm going to add more blue. The sign came from, it was, I think it was either Personalize It by Pam on Etsy, or it came from Teresa's Wreaths and More on Etsy. It is 8-inch. Let's dovetail this just a bit more. Okay, that looks good. Nothing is, I think ribbon to me just adds so much. Trim that there. Now after the video is over, I usually come back and I get rid of all the glue strings, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's do red. We need some red down there. So we're at, Sharon, that's a good question. It's called a steel pick machine. If you go review my videos, you can search my channel for steel pick machine, and I do a very close-up video showing you how to use a steel pick machine. You don't have to use a steel pick machine. You can use wooden floral picks. So we got some red down here. We need something right here. Let's do a buffalo plaid, I think. Let's do the white. We haven't done the white. Making my way with the hot glue through the pine reminds me of that operations game. Trying not to get zapped with the glue. All right, let me cover that up. We got some white there. Let's see, do we want white over here? Maybe we can get some white in there. The blue ribbon came from Greenery Market. think we're good. I'll always go step across the room and just make sure I haven't missed anything before, you know, taking photos and stuff. But I think it's good. Maybe one something over here. Yeah, because I don't ever want to get in front of the camera, and I always miss that little hole. So let's just put ribbon. Fill the holes with ribbon. I have a machine, just wondering how you, oh, so look, pinch and put it in the stemming machine. Let's make that a little shorter. That's good. Filled in that little hole right there. There we go. Fun, fun. Maybe I might add another white something right there after the video, but it looks really cute. I love that it's got those patriotic pics in it. It works perfectly with it. Don't you just love it when a design comes together? And this is one of those times. So I love that it came together like this. It's fun. For me, this could be Christmas. This could be for that patriotic friend who, or husband, somebody said here their husband would love it, would be just a little bit of a flair for patriotic. I honestly think it could also last for the winter because nothing really on here screams Christmas. We've got snow, we've got cardinals, we've got red, white, and blue, buffalo plaid. I mean, Christmas is, you know, it's not really Christmassy. Nothing is screaming Christmas for this. So for me, I think it can work for winter as well. One of those wreaths that can do double duty. Do the picks come in colors? The steel picks? No, they're just metal. Would you always make anything? Oh, let me come over here so I can read. Okay. Oh, thank you guys. Let's see how you always make everything look so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. So after the video, I'll link to Greenery Market for some of these supplies, and I'll try to find where I got this sign, and I'll put it under the video, under the comments, okay? You're welcome, Eve. I hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed weekend. If you are dishing out the candy, have fun. And if you are going trick-or-treating, stay safe. And just have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys next week, okay? Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.